I ask for eyes that see, ears that hear, and a heart full of understanding. I thank you for the messages that come through and ask that you deliver them to those that need them. Thank you. So I was really feeling the Divine Feminine. I got 2 new Oracle decks, which will be used in here, that just really spoke to me of the Divine Feminine. And so today I am doing messages from her. I don't know how it's going to go. I'm leaving it kind of open. It might have to do with particular things, or it might just be general messages. So we'll see. Pile 1 is this green Adventurine. Pile 2 is this Amethyst, which is kind of blending in with my nails a little. And pile 3 is this rose quartz. So go ahead and pick your pile. If you need to pause or anything, do so, and I will see you there. Okay, pile 1 with the green Adventurine. Let's see what the Divine Feminine wants to talk with you about. I feel like I'm supposed to just go like this. All right, we've got Sanctuary, Embrace Stillness, which actually is funny because this does not look like a still picture there. Embody Grace, Secrets, and the Blessing of Al-Hakim. We have numbers if you're into numbers. We have 5, 7, 44, 28, and 40. I feel like we're actually going this way. Usually I kind of read this direction, but we're going like this here. Both of these cards speak of being unsure, having mistrust, the fight between head and heart, how that can come across to others and also ourselves. So the blessing here is Spirit's Divine Feminine giving you wisdom and understanding that it's more about your heart than it is about your logic. This card, Secrets, it's about holding so much within that it creates this armor. And that can be representative of our brain. Our brain just munching on stuff, working on stuff endlessly. It can cause, being in the mind can cause you to doubt what's in your heart, can cause you to doubt the spiritual side of things. And the Divine Feminine is all about that spiritual side of things, all about that flow. So this, and this one also speaks of communication issues. So it's like the back and forth, not knowing which way to go, confusion, mistrust, relying too much on logic, being unsure because logic makes sense, but the heart says another thing. Which do I go with? These are your suggestions. Give yourself grace and understanding. Give yourself time and embrace stillness. Quiet your thoughts down. Maybe do some meditation. Create a sanctuary for yourself. Allow the Divine Feminine to be that sanctuary for you. My heart is feeling really heavy for some reason, and it wasn't earlier. Okay. What I'm hearing is that this is a really frustrating place. I know this place myself. I think most of us do. Anyone that has a spiritual life understands the logic makes sense and life is supposed to go this way because that's what the brain says and that's what we're taught. But then the heart comes in and it's like, oh no, look at me. I have a different option. And you don't know what to go with because, oh God, there's the pain. The people around you want you to use logic, want you to, this is not purely what it is, but an example, go to school, get your college degree, do, apply for jobs, do the thing. There's like this setup that we're all supposed to be doing, but it's not, that's not life. That's some people's, and that's perfectly fine if that's what they're wanting, if that's what their heart is calling for. What is your heart calling for? What is it you're denying? Why is it your brain is fighting what your heart is saying? Talk to yourself about it. Have this, this talks about conversation or communication, right? Communicate. Communicate with the divine feminine, communicate with yourself in this stillness, in this time of meditation, the sanctuary. Sanctuary is safety. It's home. Allow yourself to have the thoughts, but pay attention to why they're there. Pay attention to how is it you respond to what your heart is wanting? How does your heart respond to what your head is saying? There, you guys, oof, someone in here is hurting a lot. You're so frustrated. You're so upset by not knowing which direction to go. It could be about something, a particular situation in your life, but I have a feeling it's more about the spiritual world. Maybe you're coming out of a certain type of belief system and going into another. Belief system can be religion or it can just be spiritual life. It's a system of some kind. It's your beliefs. It's your set of beliefs. So, oftentimes when we come away from something, we tend to look at all the negative. Look at all the negative. But I think we need to stop and we need to appreciate what we did gain from it. Religion is not necessarily a bad thing. A lot of people think it is, but it's not. We do have good, positive things within religion. If anything, it's a way to connect to spirit. It's a way to believe in more than yourself. Okay, one more message. I keep not saying it for some reason. I don't mean to. It's just I go on something else. This time frame, this going back and forth, this being unsure, not knowing what to trust, we all have it. We all go through it. It won't last forever. It will not last forever. It does not matter if you keep bouncing back and forth between, oh, I'm good, I trust now, and then, oh, I'm back to using my brain all the time and I have to have logic. It's part of life. It's part of your experience with this. It's part of your learning. And I think that you'll find as you go, you get there quicker and quicker about bouncing back to what your heart and your soul are saying. When I say heart, I'm talking about your spirit, your soul. I'm not talking about emotions. Emotions are things we all feel, but come and go, right? The heart is the center of you. It is It is what you want and what you need. And it is not fleeting. Emotions are fleeting. Even though some of them stay with us for a while. I still feel really heavy with you guys. Is there any particular messages? Divine Feminine. Okay. I raise you up is what she's saying. I raise you up. You did not have to have the perfect mom because I raise you. I come through in other ways. I come through in other people. I come through in other entities that you meet. I have been with you always. You learn lessons from the mom that you have or the lack of mom. You may not be getting the love that you're desiring from her, or again, the lack of, but you still learn lessons. It is still a part of your life. It is still a part of your experience and your story. I see this card currently, and I heard from her that see how much I hold back from getting to you. There is so much that you are unaware of that I have withheld so that you don't take on too much. So even in the times that have been truly difficult, she has been there to help. There's a heaviness with this pile that's not going to just clear up immediately. Sometimes they do. This one does not. And that is okay. That is all right. Sometimes that is how life is. And just know that obviously the Divine Feminine is with you, truly. You are being cared for and watched over, and you're not alone. And I'm going to close it there. I truly hope this has been a benefit for you guys. I hope that you feel seen and heard and loved. And even when you don't, that you know somebody does. All right. Much love to you guys. I'll see you next time. Okay. Pile 2 with the Amethyst. The courage of your love. Karma. Burn sacred fire. Take the opportunity. And cleansing with lavender. Oh, I'm actually using lavender incense. All right, so we have numbers 38, 16, 41, 34, and another 38. What I am getting, there's a lot of these all really kind of go together. Okay, cleansing and burn sacred fire. I'm thinking of refiner's fire. Oh my gosh, what is it called? Like not a cauldron, a forge, you know, with blacksmithing, and you have to get the bad elements out of the melted gold or silver or whatever it is that you're smelting. And I think I'm using these words right. I might not be. But basically it's about what this is actually about which is being put into the fire. It's the cleansing, it's the purification. Oftentimes we see suffering as this horrendous thing that we don't want for anybody. And the truth is, yes, we strive for happiness and goodness, but it is that suffering that creates character. It is that suffering that helps us learn. We have to go through dark times to appreciate the light. This one is even talking about being thankful for having this moment of fire. This card in particular speaks about not letting the fire consume you completely. So not letting it be too big and not letting it be too small, right? Too dim or too big. It's about balance. And also talks about creativity. Somehow turning your injustice into a form of justice through some kind of creative solution. Which I think might connect here. I also think that there's a karmic life lesson, right? It's some kind of something in particular that you are either currently going through or about to go through is a big one for you. It might even be for your loved one, because this also speaks on watching is more difficult. Watching someone else go through something difficult is harder for us than having our own suffering, because we feel hopeless. We feel like we can't do anything about it. But the great being, the creator, allows us to go through this refiner's fire in order for us to awaken and become fully more our spiritual selves. So for some of you, there is an opportunity to, okay, I'm sorry, I'm getting spread into two different paths now. There is an opportunity for you to learn to appreciate the fire more. And then there's another that is an opportunity to be creative within this karmic life lesson. Yeah. Yep. Okay. I'm going to see if Divine Feminine would like to say anything in particular. I immediately am feeling tears, like she's crying. It is so difficult to watch you struggle. My heart is with you and has always been with you. At the time when we are put into the fire, when we struggle, we don't often see the greater picture. We don't often realize how beautiful we will come out, how sparkling and shiny, how tremendous. I am so proud of you. I am so proud of who you are. As you continue to go through this, as the fires happen, you will learn, you will see, you will arise to be able to have that bird's eye view and know that you're gonna be okay. That it's just another fire. It's just another opportunity to learn, to grow, to become even more beautiful. Okay, that's all I'm feeling at the moment. There might come a little more, but that faded. Oh. Okay, I'm hearing to talk more about this. This does have another meaning as well, and it's fire can be in regards to anger. And we are taught so often to be more compliant and friendly and happy and smile, to not have our anger show, especially as the feminine. I want to say that's oftentimes, not always, but that's how society is currently and has been. This is encouraging you to, once again, find that creative solution. Let your anger happen, but don't let it destroy you. Use it. Use it for an opportunity of some kind. Maybe you're upset because of some kind of trauma that happened in your life. One solution, one opportunity would be to become a mentor to other people. Get online, join a forum, talk with other people about it, communicate. In fact, I'm looking at this now and it looks like hands that are typing. Oh. For those of you that don't feel that there is an opportunity to have a creative solution of some form, I want to say that that's just currently. There might be something that comes later. There might be an idea that pops up in a few years or so that just hits you, you know, like, that's it. That's what I need to do. Maybe you're going to write a book about something you're going through. I am hearing to remind you that you're not alone in anything that you do, that we constantly have a line to our guides, to the divine feminine, to whatever higher power it is that you believe in. That is always there. We are not alone. We are being watched. We are being cared for. We are being helped. Even with this, excuse my language, shit fire that we sometimes go through. Because, you know, it is. Sometimes it really does suck. But that's what this whole thing is about, is realizing you come out on the other side changed and more beautiful. As long as that is what you're going for. Some people don't let those things happen. They harden their hearts. Ah, there it is. There's the last thing I'm supposed to talk about with you guys. Going through this fire, going through this struggle. Don't harden your heart. Listen to your heart. Turn towards the divine feminine rather than away. Yep. Okay. Even if that means you're screaming and yelling at her, that's okay too. That is okay, because that is communication. That is at least coming together. I just encourage that if you are screaming and yelling at her, you give yourself some time to hear back in her gentle ways. Gentle is not always the case. Divine Feminine can be quite fierce, but I feel like in your situation, she would be quite gentle. Okay, guys, that is it for this pile. I hope that you feel seen and loved and heard and understood. And much love to you guys. I'll see you next time. Okay, pile 3 with your rose quartz. Let's see what your messages are. Get carried away. Learning. Use your power. Passion of the wild red mother. Oh, goodness. And positivity. Interesting. In case you're into numbers, we have 16, 4, 9, 36, and 51. Okay, so there's so much within these two. Are very similar. This one is literally, they mention in the book about the Divine Feminine. And they also mention about the mother. And this talks about the mother. And both are saying that she is reaching out to you right now, wanting to care for you and wanting to direct your path. This one, I don't know if you can tell with the picture, but there's like a child in a mom's arms and you are just being swept away. And it says to literally just let go and be carried by her. Stop worrying about all the different things and be like an infant with her. This one also mentions to maybe start paying attention to your dreams because she is speaking to you through that. The fact that it mentioned dreams, and this one mentions your passion, your dream, your goal, your desires, I really feel use your power. You're coming to a place where you are learning your path, like the one you're a life goal here. It's major. I do. I feel like there's a major, it may not seem immediately strong. It might be, but here's an example, right? Here, like everyone that does the YouTube thing, most people are doing this for years before they're really seen, before they really get a true following. So that's kind of the feeling that I get from this. You are learning about how to use your strengths, your power, your heart's dream. And she is with you in it, man. And I feel like this is where it's like, hey, there's gonna be some learning curves here, but it's okay. I don't think this is not like, there's always such a thread about toxic positivity and all that, but this isn't that. It's just saying, you know what? It's gonna be all right. I've got you. Like, it's okay. Take the higher up viewpoint when you're learning about this, when you're learning how to incorporate different skills for your dream. Sorry about that. My alarm just went off. It's medication time. Okay, I am going to add ask if there is anything the Divine Feminine would like to speak on. Is there anything specific, please? All I'm getting right now is like this laugh and this nod of like, yep, just you wait and see. Here we go. There is a feeling. It is more of a feeling than words. The more curious you can be, the more you can let go and open up to possibilities and different ways of doing things, the faster you're going to get there. And that is what this is calling it about. It's don't lock yourself in to doing things a specific way. Let her show you how much more there is. I think I'm getting like a tapping into vibe right now with this card. And not just your power, but the Divine Feminine. I really feel like if you haven't done that before, which I feel like a lot of people have, but if you haven't done that before, tap into the Divine Feminine. Do a meditation time, do some breathing, and then just ask. Ask for the Divine Feminine to come in and to speak to you. Yeah, I'm even getting more of like, you don't even know your power yet. You might think it's one thing, but it's hidden. Like this tiger is kind of like in the brush, in the flowers, not fully out yet. You're still learning. Oh, I'm curious for you guys. What is that gonna be? What is that gonna be? If you have an inkling, please tell me. Please comment and let me know. I'm excited for you. Maybe you're writing. Maybe you're dancing. Maybe you're doing something creative. Maybe it has nothing to do with that at all. Maybe it's a spiritual mentor. Oh, this is an excited pile. The last two were really heavy. This is more like freedom. Freedom and maintaining that freedom within your learning curves here. Like giving yourself some grace, letting yourself go, well, that was odd. That didn't work. Whatever. If you are a person that does a lot with your dreams, remembers your dreams, I am not, my own personal belief is that not every single dream is meant to be remembered and like grabbed a hold of. But some of them are. Some of them are communication from the spiritual world. So I believe that you will know. You will know if she is specifically speaking through dreams for you. Gosh, what are you guys passionate about? What is your dream? What is your dream? I have always had this dream to do a children's book. I have always wanted to. And for some reason, every time I try, I sit down to do it and nothing comes out of me. And I keep thinking, well, maybe it's something I do when I'm older. Maybe it'll be a few years from now. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, anything specific? Anything else? Any words this time? I am receiving, again, a visual. I'm wondering if you guys aren't very talkative because she's not being talkative, but who knows? Anyway, I'm receiving a visual of you and her dancing, like having a little dance party. Maybe next time you got to do some cleaning or something. Why don't you throw on one of your favorite songs and like dance while you clean? Like have some fun with it, right? Invite her in to do that with you. Get a little more cozy with this side of yourself, the divine feminine. Yeah. There's a lot of strength in this pile as well, is what I'm getting. I personally believe it takes a lot of strength to just let go and let someone else carry you, to not have control. That's kind of scary. Okay. All right. I feel like the energy is cleared, so I'm going to go ahead and stop there. I am excited for you guys, and I truly hope that on the regular you feel loved and heard and seen and understood. And much love to you guys. I will see you next time.